Hey guys, welcome back to another video in the series of Bash scripting for beginners. In today's video, we are going to discuss two things. First, about the scripts and the variables. We'll take the demo for both of them. If you remember, if you have seen our last video, in that video we taught how to write a basic script and to run it. Now let's dive more into the depth of scripts. So the first thing is, what exactly is a script? So a script is a series of commands to achieve something. These commands are executed by an interpreter. So what exactly is an interpreter over here? So interpreter is something that reads a command or set of commands line by line. Here, shell acts as an interpreter. Any command in a format can be written into a script. So while you do some function or some kind of command, if you type some kind of commands in a Linux environment, if you write them properly in a script file and give an extension .sh, it can exactly do the same work which you were going to do by typing it in a form of script. So that's what it is explaining. Any command in a format can be written into a script. So why do we need it? So if you have a lot of mundane tasks to do every day, you have to type a lot of things. So what you can do is you can write all those things, all those commands into a script in a proper format, name it, give it an extension of sh, and then just run it. So to automate the mundane task and save some time, you do it. Now let's talk about the example. So it always starts with a pound or a hash symbol with your exclamation mark or bang. A lot of people call it hash, a lot of people call it pound, and then bang or an exclamation mark / bin / bash. And then you can write echo hello world. Echo is something that you use to display something on the console or the screen. Now need of shebang, a lot of people call it shebang, before the script. Why do we need it? Because the script runs using your shell. If you don't write it or if you avoid it, it might or might not run, because different shell have a bit of varying syntaxes. So the good practice, and I must say the best practice, is to write shebang and then / bin / bash, just the first line, so that your program run swiftly. Let's move forward. Now let's talk about the variables. If you have gone through any other language or any other scripting language, programming language, you must have gone across through variables, and it's exactly the same over here. It's a storage location having a name or a name pair value. You give a name and you give a value to it. It's case sensitive over here. If you are using uppercase or lowercase or mix of both, then you have to refer with the exactly same name. Otherwise, it won't work. Make sure no spaces before or after the equal to sign. So if you are declaring a variable, use equal to and give the value. Do not use any kind of space in both of them. It's a good practice, and I must say that if you will use it, it might or might not run. So the best practice not to give any kind of space after that. Uppercase. Why exactly uppercase? So you can do a mix of both, but uppercase is something like it has become a standard. It has become a phenomena to use like this, so that developers or the people who write or understand the script will consider it as a variable only. Now let's talk about the syntax. It's very simple. You have to give a variable name. You can see over here that's a variable name, and we have used an underscore. Without underscore, you cannot use any other special character. We'll talk about that further. And you have to give a value, and you can give any value. For example, name equal to, you can give Ravish, my name, or your name, anything. Now let's talk about the example. I told you shebang and then bin and bash. Shell name equal to bash. Now shell name is the variable over here, and we have used underscore. Echo I am. Now when you want to print the value, you have to refer by using $sign. So this $sign is shell underscore name. Now this shell name is over here and it has taken the value bash. So it will print I am bash. But there is other way to do it. Now if you want to add a value after this bash, like ing bashing, so you can concatenate it through this method. So I am, give a $sign, give a curly brace, in that write your shell name, which is this, your variable name, and then concatenate or add by just adding ing. and then it will print I am bashing. It will print I am bash, it will print I am bashing. So that's how you can add the value. If you don't give a curly brace, the shell will treat as an additional text. So you have to do that. So let's move forward in this. So things to remember while declaring a variable. So we have a few don'ts and do's. In that we have to tell that what is valid and what is invalid in case of variables. So first we'll talk about not valid. The first is 1 Ravish. So you can take a name and give it a value. So this variable name is not valid because you cannot start with a number. This is 1. You cannot do that. The other one is you cannot use a special character at rate over here apart from underscore. So 1 at rate 2 is also not valid. Third one is 1, 2. So 1 or 2 is fine, but you have used hyphen over here, which is also not valid. These three things are fine and there is no space in between, but you cannot do these three ways to declare a variable. Now let's talk about the valid things. First is you can give a simple straight name in a uppercase and give it a value, no spaces over here. And then same thing, but you have just given an underscore in the between, which is perfectly fine, no spaces over here, and the name. And third thing is you can also start with like smaller one and make a camel case out of it after some time, which is also fine, but it is not preferred. This one is the preferred. This will work, but this is more of a kind of preferred or a standard. So guys, I hope these things are clear to you and you have clearly understood it. Before diving right into the video, in the demo part, I'd like to request that if you have not subscribed my channel, kindly do so. So let's dive right into the video. So let's open this and we have created this first yesterday. Let me create a new folder over here and we'll talk about the script and variables. So let me try this script and variables. Perfect. My folder has been created. Right click, let's create a new file, give it a name 01 basic script. Let me give it a name basic script. That's all, and then give an extension. Perfect. Now what we'll do, we won't type it, we'll just copy this, Control A, Control C, and just paste it over here, Control V. Perfect. So you can see that it has been started by shebang and bin bash, and this is echoing something. Now this is a basic script, and any command that you want to type, you can type it over here. So what we'll do is we'll just type our variables. So it would be better if I can rename it. So you can rename it by right clicking, bash script, basic script for vars. That's all you can do. Now what I'll do is I'll introduce a variable. So I'll give it a name, no spaces, and then I'll give it a value, Ravish. Okay, perfect. And then I'll just echo it. Echo. And how do I echo it? I have to give a dollar sign. So dollar and name. Control S, which is saved. Now let's see, where am I? So I am over here. Now what I can do, I can do ls over here. I am in I can see the file 01 basic script for vars. Okay, so what you can do is you can try to run it. You can give the name. I think it will throw me an error, but let's see. I'll just copy this. I'll just paste it and hit enter. It says permission denied. Why? Because it does not have the permission. So what we'll do is we'll do an ls-a, and you can see, sorry, ls-a, and you can see it does not have the permission. So what we'll do is we'll do CHMOD. I'll give the highest rights. You can change the number and give the rights accordingly. Do a right click, copy, paste it over here, and let it give us a right. And if I'll do ls-a over here, you can see it does have the rights. Now what I'll do is I'll just try to run it again, and let's see if this runs. Perfect. And you can see this has run. So it has got the right. You can do the CHMOD and you can get the rights. So this has given the value, which is this change I made to the console, which is this one. And if I want to remove it, you can remove it, Control S. Now if you run it again, it will show the Ravish. Now let's talk about the second part of the variables in which we are trying to echo and concatenate something. Okay, so I'll do again the dollar sign, but this time I'll give the curly braces as well. Name, I'll give I am Ravish. I'll give a space over here and print Rawat. This is my name. Let me echo it. Let's see what happens. And you can say it has given Ravish Rawat. So if you want to give a value, let me just hash it out. If I hash it, it means the comment. So this is the comment. So you can just write it to understand. This is how you comment. Perfect. I've commented it. Now if I want to print something, I'll just give this like this and type my name is Ravish. Okay, Ravish is coming from there and this is coming from here. I'll just save it and dollar value with this appending. Let's see if this works. I've saved it. Let me just clear this. And you can see it has printed my name is Ravish Rao. So now you have learned how to declare a variable, how to give a value. It reads the space over here and you can echo how to print. My name is appending from here and appending from the dollar in the curly braces. So there are two ways to do it. So I think I've made it clear how do you declare a variable and how do you append a value through here and usage of dollar and dollar hyphen dollar curly braces. So I hope you have understood this, guys, and if there is anything you haven't understood, please feel free to comment and we'll address that. So thanks, guys, and I'll see you in the next video.